Assalamu alaikum. That is Asuhi. Kwanza alhamdulillah, Mandalisi for our game tomorrow against Singida. It's ongoing very well. We have the final preparation training session today to finalize the small details for the game. The players are very focused and committed for the game tomorrow, and it's going to be a very good game. We respect our opponent. Singida is a very good team, but we're very well prepared, and inshallah we'll go and take the 3 points tomorrow.
Thank you, coach.
On last several games, there was a challenge in the last final third in attacking. How long did you check up towards tomorrow? What should we wish?
I think that's you're right. In the last couple of games, I think we've created a lot of chances. Our conversion of those chances weren't the best, but I think I believe in the quality of our players. And history speaks for itself. The amount of goals we've been able to score over the last couple of seasons, and even this season, and the quality of our players in front of the goal is exceptional. I believe we have the best attacking players in the league, and sometimes in football it's normal. Again, players are humans, and it's normal for these kind of moments to happen. But I know and I'm confident that we'll convert more chances as we go forward, because the most important thing in football is to create the chances. I think once you're creating chances, the finishing aspect of it will come in time. But I'm not very concerned about that, because we are arriving in the box many times, and the goals will come for sure.
My name is Hatima from the League of Love. Last game, Young African was for the team. What is the problem for the rules in the game, and what are you talking about the fans of Yanga about for tomorrow? Any message for the fans of Yanga for the game for Singida?
Thank you for the question, Ali. Yeah, the last game, in my honest assessment of the game, I thought we played really well, especially in the second half. We scored the very early goal, and I think within the first 2-3 minutes of the game, and I thought we took our foot off the gas a little bit, and then we allowed them to come back in the game, and then we scored the second goal right before the end of the first half. Second half was much better in terms of going forward, and we've created many chances. But as you all know, if you don't finish the game off, you always give your opponent a chance to come back, and that's what happened. But I don't think it was due to bad performance. I thought the performance was good. It's just that we could have been more concentrated in defensive in our defensive third of the pitch a little bit more, and defended in our box a little bit better. But again, that's for us to learn from and move forward. But Singida's game is going to be different. They're a different opponent, and it's not going to be an easy game, just like every other game in this league. But we know what we have to do, and we're prepared to do what needs to be done to take the 3 points for tomorrow.
Mwamnyeto, for the game for tomorrow, you are involved for the play?
Yes, of course. He missed the last game in the FA Cup, but he's He's come back this week, trained really well, and he'll be involved tomorrow in the game.
For your take
Inshallah.
For the play well, for your game support, Bakari Nono Mwamnyeto, if you are playing for tomorrow, for psychology, for your help for the psychology.
Look, Bakari is our captain, and everyone knows what he has done for this club and for the national team. I don't need to tell anyone about Bakari's history and where he stands in Tanzanian football. Did he have a couple of tough moments in that game? Yes, of course. But he's human. He's allowed to have those. We're all allowed to make mistakes, and I will never question his ability. He's one of the best defenders in this country, and for me, he has my support always, just like all the other players. I encourage the players to allow themselves to feel like they can make mistakes, because we need to feel vulnerable, and mistakes are part of football. And if you're afraid of making mistakes, I always tell the players, you can never express yourself to the best of your ability, because the fear of making mistakes always, most of the time, gets the better of you. So make mistakes, but the reaction after you make the mistake and how you bounce back is the most important thing for me. And he's done very well. He's trained well, and he's still our leader. And we'll need him to finish this season as strong as possible. And no doubt about that in my mind.
Last question.
Tactical intensity has been a problem. You're playing with a team which they want to stabilize in a top four. In any way, they need to get a point. Obviously, it's going to be hard. How long did you make sure the homework is going to be done tomorrow?
Yeah, look, in terms of you mentioned intensity, it's very difficult to ask the players to perform at high level, high intensity level for 90 minutes when you're playing every 2 days. Sometimes, we mustn't forget. We come back from Singira in our last game against Dodoma, and then a few days later we have to play JKT in a FA Cup quarterfinal. Very difficult game, and you're required to go and again give another intense 90 minutes. It's almost impossible. So you have to always adjust in terms of how do you have to be almost economical with where and how you spend the intensity in the game. And I don't mean that we choose the moments where we play or not. No, our objective is always to play 90 minutes with the best way possible, because we have players in our squad who are always ready to help, and it's not only the 11 players that start the match, but having said that, in this part of the season, when players have played so many games, it's normal for the intensity level to drop a little bit. But I think, to be honest with you, the players have been exceptional for what they've been able to do in the amount of games they've been able to play this season, and still have enough gas in the tank to go and come again and again and again in just short turnaround time. It's amazing, and sometimes we pay for it. Like, some of our players now, the injuries that they have are from wear and tear, and all those games that we've played back to back. But they're so professional in the way we take care of things, and we have great backroom staff, medical department to help with recovery and making sure that the players are ready to bounce back and play again. They've done great in terms of that, but the players also, I give them credit for being as sharp and as prepared for every moment. And tomorrow is going to be no different. Whether the opponent is Singira or another team, we are going to come and we're going to give 90 minutes of the best versions of ourselves, and I'm sure that will get us the victory, inshallah.
Thank you, Coach. You can invite the fans to the stadium, please.
Yes, of course. The fans are always our energy, our 12th player, especially these moments of the season when things are we're heading into the home run phase of the season. We need their support. We need them to come out in numbers. They give us the energy and the voice. We talk about intensity in the game. I always talk about how much influence the fans have in that in the players' energy, because when the players feel a little bit their legs are about to give a little bit in the latter stages of the game, and they hear that roar of the fans, and the fans give them that energy, that takes us over the line. So come out, support the players in numbers, and let's